I think we can get started.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Before we start, Siranjeev, yeah, uh, let me give an introduction. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of BA Unplugged. Thanks for taking time on a weekend morning to be part of this knowledge session. Our guest speaker today is Mr. Siranjeevi, who is a senior lead business analyst in hospitality industry with over 12 years of experience. He has a wide range of experience in providing solutions for customers in retail, education, and e-commerce space, predominantly working with customers, customer success managers, and sales team to understand the need of the customer and pain points faced by them. He is currently managing a team and assisting them in the process of solution preparation. Please welcome Mr. Siranjeevi, and over to you, sir, for the session.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Mani. Thanks a lot for the intro. I'm really happy to meet all of you. Good morning, everyone. It's really nice for me to meet all of you on this session. I used to like interact with like limited stakeholders or limited audience here and there on what's happening at their end. Probably, I think every week or every month. I mean, I used to interact and then get their insights on their domain. Right? Maybe I think this is my first session on this particular domain, like hospitality topic, with a wider range of audience after a long period. Right? And I want to thank Mr. Arun, who's like constantly following up with me and making this session happen today. And again, thanks to all of the IABA Chennai chapter members who encouraged me via LinkedIn and then phone calls or personal messages. I'm really like happy to meet all of you on this session. Right. So let me share my screen, and I'll not like directly start. I'll like have a few things to just share, and then we can get started. I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my screen, Mani or Arun.
Yeah, I'm able to see it. Yes.
Okay. So before I start the session, I want to just read through this code that has some kind of a relationship with what we are doing. Any man who stands for progress has to criticize, disbelieve, and challenge every item of the old faith. It was told by Bhagat Singh. Though the birth ground of such statement or quote differ from the current context, what we are going to discuss or see, I still love that. The reason is the soul within everyone, especially for a BA like you and me, strongly hold such statement knowingly or unknowingly, which triggered or invented a lot of solutions that benefited millions and millions of people around the world. Right? Being it at digital payments or contactless payments, if you take any payment industry, or if you take hospitality industry, being it a contactless or self-service check-in, if you take automobile industry, being it a EV vehicle and any inventions that you add top of it, all such things are like driven by such statement. Right? You can call them whoever like invented or contributed for such solutions. You can call them as a researcher or scientist or analyst or entrepreneur. You can name in any way, but I personally see them as a business analyst, the one who observe the environment and then identify the opportunity and develop the solutions that improves the lives of a lot of people. Right? We can keep on going this on this lives, and everyone should be proud of VA for such reason. And of course, I am too. Hope you are also be proud of what you are. Right? With that, yeah, I can jump to the session. You can feel free to stop me anywhere if you don't understand or if you want to contribute something. Right? We can have a discussion then and there. Right? So I have just divided the agenda in following topic. Let's start with hospitality and hospitality industry overview. Move on to the categories of hospitality industry. And I just picked a specific area from that hospitality industry, which is a lodging, and then the software associated with that lodging capability, which is a property management system, and then move on to components of the property management system, and then a few insights from hospitality domain, and we move on to the role of a BA in a hospitality domain, and finally a few operation insights with some examples. Right? Okay. Before we begin, so I think hope everyone is like aware of what is hospitality, right? I mean, you act as, I mean, a friendly person or welcoming the guest and then visitors, right? And one interesting thing is, like, before I started this session, I interacted with multiple stakeholders who works in a different domain, try to understand from their perspective what is hospitality industry. Majority the people get confused with the hospital industry. So I just want to make the difference and then the similarity between the two, right? Clear even before start the meeting in detail, right? So have anyone understand what is hospitality industry? Anyone would like to contribute anything?
So, hello, Sanjeevi. I will give it a try.
Yeah.
It's about the tourism, hotels, travel management, something. Yeah.
I think you didn't get the question correctly. Sorry,
Sorry,
who's that?
Amarnath.
Amar. Okay. Amarnath, I was just checking with all of you on the hospital industry, not the
Okay.
hospitality.
Okay.
Okay. So let me move
Okay, now.
on.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, it's a group of independent or chain of institutions or a place where the medical treatment is given to a sick or injured people in order to improve their health. That is basically a hospitality industry, right? That has some kind of association with pharma industry, pharmaceuticals. All such things are like related to each other. Then, what is hospitality industry? So,
Place where
Amarnath said it rightly. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, it could be any place where some accommodation is provided, or uh, like a resort or a hotel. They could all be coming under that umbrella. Even if something is there provided for a full day, some kind of accommodation and or entertainment along with that. So that could also be considered as part of hospitality industry.
Hey, great, really great, really great. Who's that?
Krishnan here.
Okay, yeah, great, Shivaram. Exactly. So it's basically a service-oriented business that provide accommodation and even food and beverages, and then entertainment to visitors. The companies or the organization or the the institutions operate in the hospitality industry mainly focus on their guest experience. It starts from accommodation and then it's move on. Right. So it's exactly like, though the hospitality industry is a vast area, uh, majoritarily or we can divide that into a four any of the one four categories. First one is like travel and tourism. If you make any plan to travel, being it a business trip or being it a vacation plan, you start with some travel options, right? So that basically it facilitates the physical travel necessary for your need. Right? It includes airline, shuttle service, and any travel agent that helps for your travel plan. Right? That's like travel and tourism industry. It's part of a hospitality industry. Right? Next, when we move on to next category, it's a food and beverage. It meets the guest, or in other way, so the services that hotels and resorts offer to the guest to meet their food needs. Right? So it can be a cafe or it can be a full service restaurant. So why it is important? Meeting the customer need of like food, those who were stay in the hotel, that is very critical. In addition to that, it's not only like serving for the in-house hotel guest, it is also a critical component for the meetings and the events from private parties like birthdays, weddings to large scale event. So it's play a critical role on their domain, hospitality industry. Right? The next category, I would say, it's a lodging. So it's a critical and then the vast area or the key area in your hospitality industry. So one of the largest, most diverse part of the hospitality industry is accommodation sector. Then finally, our outdoor and recreation category come into picture. So it basically deals with that entertainment part of the guest, like the services that meets customers' desire for the entertainment, that refreshes the mind, body, and then the spirit. Few examples I would say is spa, golf, bar, and theater, and so on. We can move on to a number of outdoor services. So we can classify hospitality industry in any one of the following category. Right? If you take as an umbrella, travel tourism, food and beverage, lodging, and outdoor creation. So all is like under one umbrella, hospitality business. Any questions till now? Anything that you didn't
Sanjeev,
understand?
Girish here. One question. So, can we also consider something like if I'm traveling in a cruise, there can be
Yeah.
hospitality associated with it, right? For example, if I'm traveling for a week over the ship, then there can be some kind of facilities that will be available to me, right? So that will also be
Exactly.
considered under this.
Exactly. You, absolutely, it will be part of hospitality industry as well. So
Okay, okay.
if you look at cruise or ship travel, it starts from
Mm.
the travel category, right? And you will have a food and beverages there, and then you have
Yeah.
the accommodation place also there in the cruise, right? So it perfectly
Okay.
aligns on the hospitality domain, Anish.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Any questions?
Okay, proceed.
Okay, thank you. So as I said, right, so we have like various categories. I just picked one category from the ecosystem, which is called lodging. If I ask everyone what is mean by lodging, you will be easily like say it's a one term or like a common term where that provides some kind of a space for the people to sleep or stay overnight. Right? Then how do you call the system that manages all your lodging activity? It's called property management system. So, yeah, the software that facilitates a hotel reservation management and administrative tasks. When I say reservation management, it's not only like just focus only on reservation. There are n number of related tasks that you want to perform in the hotel in order to meet the guest satisfaction or the guest experience. All such things will be part of property management system. Right? I currently work for a product for the same category, property management system. So if you take property management system, I would say simply like a PMS. Moving forward, I would say the word PMS. PMS falls into two category. One is on-prem PMS, and other one is web-based or web browser-based PMS. The on-prem PMS just talks or focus on the installation application that runs on the system of the hotel. It's like a mobile app that you have in your mobile device, right? You open there, you have all the operations that you want to perform related to hotel industry. That will be there as a installable software piece that is like taken care by all the installation specialists who were like taken care of that property installation. And then the other one is the browser based PMS.
Sorry, I'm not sure if it is only for me.
I think he
I'm not
might.
able to.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah, I
I
think
think Girish. I think
Okay,
is
okay,
not
okay.
there's
audible.
lots connectivity. I think he has
No,
lost.
I thought I lost my network. Yeah,
Okay.
it's for everyone. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'll just give a couple of minutes for him to join back.
Am I audible?
Yes, Niranjan. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
I
I'm
think we lost
sorry.
you in between.
When did got lost? I'm sorry for that.
No issues.
Okay. So before we discuss further things, let me ask a few questions. I mean, it's common for all of you. If you want, you can like verbally say your answers, or you can share it in the chat. Right? Have you stayed outside of your home in a year? Maybe let's take a minute. Let's observe the responses. It could be your business trip, or it could be your vacation. Just record your responses, please. Maybe yeah, chat is sufficient. I just stop sharing my screen. Yeah, I'm getting responses. Good. Amarnath, Deepthi, Gayatri, Manuel, yes. Girish, yes. Good. Yes, Jones, vacation, great. Vignesh, yes. Okay. Cool. I think, yeah, majority of the people said yes. Hey, Sinakrishnan said like he's been into vacation house trip as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great to know that. Okay.
I put up a question also. Are you able to see my question?
Uh, I didn't notice. I'm sorry. 1 minute.
Actually, I'm able to see that the photos.
I haven't received any question. Yeah, could you like tell me what's your question? Money?
Yeah. So the question from Cindy Krishnan is on-prem PMS and the other side. Can you explain
Yeah.
what are those?
I think there was an audio interruption. So just.
Okay. Got it. Sinakrishnan. So, I mean, the PMS can be divided into two way or two category broadly. One is like on-prem, or I would say on-premise software piece, which is an installable software at a hotel machine that will be installed by an specialist from the vendor. They will go and install the software, do the required configuration changes, and then give the training to the hotel people, and then we'll come back to the company again. So the software will be found only at the hotel, not anywhere in the world. That is on-premise PMS. Uh, am I audible still?
Yes, yes.
Yes, thanks for the explanation.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And when we move to web browser based PMS, you don't need to install the software piece in hotel machine. It is accessible via URL. You can access from anywhere in the world, right? So all the configuration will be done remotely. Just hotel executive just can simply run through the URL, and then they can make all the hotel operations associated tasks from the same URL. So that is basically a cloud-based CMS. Right? Now,
So,
yeah, thanks to all your
hi,
responses.
Sanjay. Sorry to disturb. This is Ganesh here. I have one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So now when we look at the, for example, this sites like Expedia or hotels.com, they also
Mhm.
provide, so are they falling into one of these categories or they are something different?
Uh,
Because they don't
they are
support
they fall into
one
they
hotel,
fall
right?
into one
They
category.
support multiple. Okay.
Correct. They fall into the category. So I mean, booking.com or whatever, make my trip or Yatra, right? We call them as a online agent, online travel agent or something, who consolidate multiple hotels and put it in a common forum or common place. So the guests whoever want to travel to the destination, they'll just compare the price and then just give it to you. We will see that piece in later part of the session where we can discuss in detail, Anish.
Okay, thanks. Sure.
Yeah. So let me ask you the next question. How many times you stayed in a year at a hotel? I saw like a lot of responses. Yes, I used to stay at a hotel, uh, vacation, business trip, whatever. But how many times you stay in a year? Can I have the responses as well? Good. Once or twice? Twice? Two, three times? Great. Okay. So I'm going to continue asking one more question, which is related to the previous question someone asked. I forget the name. How did you book the hotel? You whether you call them and then book your reservation, or you make it via online, or how do you book? Can I have the responses for that as well? Online. Okay. Phone booking. Great. Usually online. Online. Booking portals. Yes. Through tourism. Yeah. Online. Great. So mostly people will go for online booking. When I what I understood is when you mean online, so I mean you are referring like booking.com or Yatra or whatever like that. Right? So with that, let me present the screen. We'll go back to our. Sorry, I think I presented my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my screen, please.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll give some kind of insights on these questions asked, and we'll go further into detail. Okay. My first question: will you be okay if you book online in very advance and reaches the hotel, and then the hotel person denied that, sir, there are no rooms available, stating that they are under planned maintenance? Will you be okay? Will you accept? I think majority or everyone will simply
No.
respond unanimously,
Yeah.
right? Why? Why is it so?
Because I have booked in advance, but still they could not maintain that booking for me.
Yeah. Do you know what was the issue that caused such conflict information?
They will have issues in tracking the bookings on time on a particular date, and whoever is booking after that are given preference, right? So that way they are mismanaging actually.
Yeah, somewhere. I mean, you are somewhere on the track. Let me explain a few things in addition to that. So the hotel decides I want to put my hotel under maintenance, unplanned maintenance, right? As soon as they put under maintenance, they have to inform all your booking sites. Otherwise, the booking sites will continue to get the reservations from online, and it reaches the hotel, and it will end up situation like what we discussed, right? So that particular piece is called availability, rate, inventory sync up with the third parties. The moment the inventory goes ups or downs at your hotel, it has to be communicated at any third parties. Then in real time, then only uh, such unpleasant experience will not happen in real time. Right? So meaning that I'm going to maintain room XYZ, and then the same has to be communicated to booking.com or makemytrip.com or whatsoever, so that that room will be reduced from the inventory and then it will be represented. You might have noticed that when you try to book online, they will simply state you that only like 9 rooms available or 9 rooms left or something. It is basically based on the inventory sync up that happening between the hotel and then the booking site. Now, let me ask you another question. Will you be okay if you book the room for 1,000 rupees per night online and asked to pay 2,000 per night while checking in the reservation, stating that the pricing is updated at the hotel? I think
No.
the unanimous answer for this is no. The reason is they are violating the policy of the commitment. Initially said that $1,000 and then they changed as a $2,000. Why such discrepancy happens? Again, it's a integration or the synchronization issue between the hotel and then the website bookings. As soon as you increase or decrease the price at your hotel, it has to be communicated to your online hotel. Then only we will avoid such situation. Right? Okay. This question also falls under the same category what we talk about. Will it be okay if you book online in very advance and reaches the hotel and then found that another person also booked the same room? It is again availability integration issue. So that has to be communicated as soon as the inventory is going up or down. Finally, the question is, will it be okay if your personal details are like retained at hotel database forever? Maybe you can have your responses here. When I say personal details, being it your date of birth, phone number, email address, whatsoever, will you be okay if it is like stored forever at hotel
I
site?
think it depends if they are telling in advance that they are storing for some purpose. For example, there are hotels like Leela or any five-star hotels. If you take, they will be taking your details for sending you some greetings on your birthday or anniversary, something like that. So as far as they are giving some advance or telling us that yeah they are taking the details, then it should be fine.
Great. So, I mean, that piece, it is not well established in India, especially in
Okay.
hospitality industry. We call them as a GDPR, which is a General Data Protection Regulations. It's
Okay.
very like critical on Europe countries. You should not have the personal data or, of a guest for after a certain period of time. So guest has to consent manually, then only they can hold it. Otherwise, they have to erase it from their system. So let's take an
Okay.
example. Today, Fatima stays in the hotel at Europe, and then her details will be maintained for a period of, say, 30 days or 90 days. After that, it has to be erased completely. So if Fatima comes after 90 days or 100 days, she will be treated as a new guest, stating that their entire data will not be there even in the system. Right? Now, let's take a pause here and then move back
So
to our
I have a question here on the
slide.
DPDP Act in India, Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So that covers a little bit on this personal data protection, right? It was launched in 2023.
Yeah, I'm not sure like how diligently they are following it. Yeah, it's a good question. We can explore more on that. Even I'm not sure like how it is like followed diligently.
Oh, okay, okay. That's it.
Even I think even if you didn't maintain here, I think there are like no such severe consequences or something to the hotel. But I think whereas in the Europe commissions, I mean, Europe countries, I think it has some kind of a serious issues. Okay, with that, so let me move back on to the presentation. So what typically BA do in a hospitality domain? Right? First, yeah, for any invention or anything, you have to do your research and analysis, right? It could be your competitor analysis, or you
So is
just
there
simply
any
observe the industry what's
presentation
happened.
that's presented? Sorry, is there anything presented on the screen? Oh, okay. Now I
Yes.
am able to see. Yeah, yeah. Now I am able to see. Earlier I was not
Okay.
able to. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So you do competitor analysis, or you do your industry analysis. What industry is like looking for now? From there, you can get a lot of details and then do things. And the moment you start analyzing or you complete your analysis part, what you do is you elicit the requirements from multiple stakeholders. Right? When I say multiple stakeholders, it varies from organization to organization. Right? Few people have a direct access to customers. They simply interact with the customers and ask the requirement and then get it clarified. And they will identify the pain points of the customers. They'll make all note of such things. And few organizations may not have direct access to customers. Instead, they will interact with the sales and marketing team, whereas they themselves like interact with the customers, and then they will give some kind of insights to a BA who is like going to derive the solution or optimum solution to the pain points of the customers. Then there are a few organizations who has the position of customer relationship manager, I would say. They are like kind of a account manager for that particular customer. So if anything goes wrong, this is the first person the customer will be reaching out to, right? So they used to share the feedback with the customer relationship manager then and there. So when we interact with the customer relationship manager, we can easily extract what is the customer expectation and then the pain points, right? And finally, you have the support team. So whenever they have some kind of concerns or issues, they reach out to support team operated anywhere in the world for the company who's like sold the software. From through support team, we'll get to know what is the pain point. From there, we can start the requirement elicitation, right? And then the moment the requirement is like elicited from all the key stakeholders, right? And what typically you do is in any organization, you document it and then you review it. Either you alone like review and then approve it, or you will have a further level of approval from your director or from product manager. Once that is done, and then the development is started, right? What typically happens is
Audio interruption is there, I think.
we'll do the multiple instances. Sometimes what happens is the communication from the BA to dev is like not reached
For half a
completely.
minute, there was
So
audio
they
interruption, Saranjeevi. So maybe you want to repeat the requirement verification to everyone.
okay. What I was saying is, once the requirement is like elicited and then documented, and then we will have a kind of a common grooming meeting along with the dev and testing team. So where you explore or you present your solutions with them, and from there the development starts. And during in between development or in between testing, BA should take care of the testing piece of the software. Sometimes what happens is a lot of surprises happens when we were about to give a demo to customers. To avoid such things, the BA should do the due diligence of verifying the requirement whether it is like met as per the standard what it was communicated, right? And again, it has to be reviewed even before it goes to UAT. and then finally, if it is like goes to production, yes, it's good to have a review in production also. Typically, BA do all these roles, whatever I said in these slides, right? Any questions till now? Anyone? Cool. Let's review few operational things that's happening on the hotel industry. I'm not going to take much time on this operation. I just picked only like two operation. One is check-in and another one is check-out. Right? Let's start with check-in. Uh, do you understand what does it mean by check-in? Anyone? Can I have a response in the chat window?
Check-in means I have to go to the hotel and say that, yeah, I'm getting into the room on the reserved day.
Some way, yeah, right. Any other response?
Yeah, basically, it means that I have made a reservation now. On the day of reservation, I have come to the hotel and I am myself arriving myself after providing all the detailed documentation or the proof, whatever that hotel might need. And I also made my payment.
Okay. Yeah.
It means
One of the
the
answers is
property should be
Confirming the
available first of all for the person. I mean, the room, if it is the room that is booked, the room should be available and clean and neat for the family who has booked for taking that room, and also taking the details of the booking, like whether the booking confirmation is there, whether the booking confirmation matches, and so on, and also getting other ID proofs and so on, so that for any government regulations or for even the booking confirmation, getting the government ID cards and confirming the number of people and so on, and any additional facilities required.
exactly. So I mean, most of we people like got the things in a nutshell or in a summary. I would say it's typically registering yourself at the hotel, and then the hotel people will give a key to you. And hey, madam, hello, sir, this is your key, and then you can go and stay at the room number XYZ. That is basically on a nutshell, it's a check-in process, right? Now let me go back to our slide and let's explore a
So,
few things.
Sanjeev, Chiranjeev, sorry to interrupt. One quick question. I know this, I don't, maybe it's right or wrong, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to relate this to airline check-in, where sometimes we also do a web check-in, right? So, is that
Correct.
also considered here as a check-in?
Uh, so I mean, you said right. You are giving your confirmation that I will come today for the arrival. Correct. So in
Ah,
hotel industry, that is called as a soft check-in, which means you gave your acceptance to the hotel or airline, so that airline will surely like will know that you will arrive. It's called soft checking. But the check-in, what I'm talking about is physically you present there, being it an airline or being it a hotel, you physically present there, and then registering or yourself at the hotel. Hey, I came to property XYZ for stay. So that is a you can call as a physical check-in or simply check-in.
okay, thanks.
You understand the difference? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So typically, how the check-in would happen in a hotel industry, right? If it is a small hotel where with like say 10 or 15 room, it is like easily like to browse and then locate your reservation, right? So I can simply like look at the screen and then it will simply state list of all the reservation who is going to check in today. I can pick specific desired reservation and then I can do the check-in process. In case of it's like a bigger hotel, say 1,000 rooms or 2,000 rooms, which has like say hundreds of check-ins today, it's like hard to quickly find it. So obviously we will have some kind of a mechanism to quickly identify a reservation. The parameter would be a guest name and then the phone number. They can quickly identify with that, and then they locate the reservation. I think some of you already stated that we need to check the room's availability, whether it's a dirty or clean or all such things would happen. Yes, it's exactly right. The next step is they will assign the room, right? They'll not simply assign the room just like that, right? They will assign the room based on the room type that you booked for, being it a online or being it a direct booking. So when I say room type, basically they may categorized based on the bed size in the room. If it is a there are one king bed is there, they will tag as a king room type, and if it is a queen bed type, they will tag it as a queen room type. So each property or each hotel will have some kind of a rooms under each room types. I made a booking under king room type, then I have to assign a room under the same king room type for the guest. I should not assign a room of queen room type. So that is basically your first point, assigning a room based on your room type. Can I assign any room to the reservation? No. The reason is you have to validate if the room is cleaned or inspected by someone else, or whether it's like cleared properly from the previous guest stay. If you simply assign the room without validating anything, definitely it causes customer issue that will backfire the hotel. It will, for sure, it will impact the revenue as well. So whenever you want to assign a room, make sure that it is vacant and also inspected by someone else in the hotel, right? And there are properties they accept early check-in, and there are some hotel they will not accept early check-in. Did any one of you are aware that what is the typical check-in time in India?
Some hotels it will be at 2 o'clock, or some hotels
12
it will be at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Great, great.
12 o'clock.
Yes, it's anywhere from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's a usual check-in time. If you want to arrive earlier than that, hey, I have some other critical meetings nearby your hotel, so I want to check in even like 10 a.m. So typically, the hotel will charge you additional amount for early check-in, right? Because like you are checking in way ahead of your hotel scheduled check-in time, right? So what the system will do or have to do is we have to find a way to automatically validate such guests, whether they are checking in early or they are checking in real time, right? If they do a early check-in, we want to alert the staff, hey, this particular guest is checking in early, so you just tell them on the early check-in fee associated with the reservation, right? They tell that, and then upon confirming with the guest, sir, this is your early check-in fee and will be part of your reservation, right? Based on their confirmation, it will be added. So there is a check-in flow, and then maybe at the end of the check-in flow, the hotel will give you with some sample card. Maybe it is a physical card or it's a virtual card. It's a called as a registration card, where you will find all your information related to your stay, right? And you have to just simply sign it and then give it back. One piece will be with a hotel and other piece will be with you for reference purpose. So this is the whole check-in flow. There are few other additional steps also. I purposefully kept it behind. The reason is it's having some kind of a large operations thing, which maybe we can have it in a separate session. Yeah. So that's a check-in process. And then now let's talk about checkout. I think the moment you read the word checkout, you easily identify what does it mean. You are leaving the property after your stay period, right? So the moment you want to leave, the hotel people, what they will do is they will identify the reservation, with the same parameter what we talk about for check-in, guest name and phone number, and then they open the reservation and then see whether the consumed charges and then the payment which is equal to zero or not, meaning that you might have stayed for a 3 night for $1,000 each for each night. So the total 3 night stay, the amount is like $3,000. I mean, sorry, 3,000 rupees, and you might have paid some kind of advance deposit, say worth of like say 1,000 rupees, right? Remaining 2,000 has to be paid. Then only the reservation is like eligible for your checkout. Until unless you make a payment in any mode, being it a credit card, debit card, or UPI payment, then only like it is eligible for your checkout. If not, the hotel associate will ask the guest to settle the balance. Right? There are a few hotels. I mean, it's a very rare scenario. It's not typically happen. I mean, checkout happens anywhere from 11 a.m. or do so. If guest wanted to leave earlier than that, like on the one night before or something, that may add some fee, but it's not usual. And once the checkout is done, it's a mandatory for any hotel to collect the guest experience feedback. It is critical. The reason is the guest may have a pleasant experience or a bad experience with the hotel. So it is important to know. It will be categorized under complaints as well as compliments. The moment you start tracking those complaints and compliments for the specific guest, if you avoid for the next time, definitely that interaction or the retention of the association with the hotel will be a longer when compared to anything else. Right? So again, if it is a compliment, then it's like again affecting the hotel in a positive way, and it reaches the multiple people in a short span. If it is a good, it reaches. If it is bad, it is also again reaches quickly. How you are addressing the customer complaints and compliments is matter, right? If you had a bad experience in a hotel and you don't like the food or you don't like the stay at all, you simply say I don't like the stay at all, right? And your intention will be like I'm going to write a very negative review on a public forum or a common platform or Google review that will impact the hotel, right? So that will be your first intention. Let's take another example. If hotel say, sir, sorry for the inconvenience cost, we will give a 1 night free stay. You can say it now or you can say it on when your next visit. Will you be in the same mindset of posting negative reviews? Do so. I think there could be, but few people will tend to change their mindset. Right? This is purely how you are addressing your customer complaints and compliments. Right? I think I'm pretty much done from my side, and we have like a few minutes left over. If you have any questions, general questions, yeah, you can feel free to ask me, or you can use your chat window to ask. I'll be on mute for a few minutes.
Yeah, Sanjeev, there is one question from Amarnath. Uh, what are the common risks faced by the hospitality industry and how can businesses mitigate them?
Sorry?
The question is, what are the common risks faced by the hospitality industry and how can businesses mitigate them?
Okay. So I won't say it's a risk kind of thing. The recent thing, which I think not only impacted the hotel industry, it impacted everything. The COVID, right? It was the biggest hit that impacted hotel industry. There were like a lot of layoff happened throughout the world, especially from the hotel industry, because like there is no travel, nothing, right? But when you see from operational perspective, in a busy hotel, the check-in process will be uh, like tough sometimes. Like the people will be like standing in a line for a longer period, and one by one they process, do the checking. That's kind of a technical difficulty. For that, now a lot of companies started doing the kiosk check-in. The moment you visit the hotel, there will be kiosk installed nearby reception or somewhere in the hotel. You can simply go there and then you enter your name, you enter your email address, get yourself registered, get your keys generated, collect the key, go to hotel. You don't even need to interact with the reception person, right? Such innovations are already started in place, right? That way you can avoid some kind of a manual tough jobs what we are having it today. Hope somewhat I answered your questions.
Yes, sir. Yes. Another question from Cindy Krishnan. How do you address the non-functional requirements in hospitality industry? And how do you address the security related non-functional requirements?
Okay, let me go one after another. The first thing, the non-functional requirement aspect, right? So, from hotel perspective, they have a, like say, least knowledge of your IT background. Right? So they simply are trained to click on this button, that button, and see it, what's happening, report if anything not clear. They are trained in such a way that, so we want to consider them into mind whenever we design our software. So if something goes wrong, you should not give some kind of a technical error messages which is not even understand by any normal human being. That is one thing. And then they want to load that software quickly, and it's not like a time taking process to load a particular screen. If I want to locate a reservation of say Amarnath, I should be able to quickly find it within a span of seconds to minutes, right? So all such things have to be taken care when you start the product from scratch. The BA has to note down all such things from even from the requirement perspective. So that is like related to non-functional requirement. What was the other question?
The other one was related to the security requirements, which
Yeah.
is part of.
So typically in any product industry that we work for, right, being it a hospitality or being it any education or any industry. So first we will run through with we will have the security person along with us. We will review our solution and then implementation. They will run through the from the security standpoint, and then they will suggest, hey, don't do this. This will open up some kind of a loophole in the system. From there, the hackers may intrude the system and then totally collapse the system. We will have the security review diligently. Once we get a approval from security team only, like we will have some kind of a implementation in place. Another question from
Thanks for
Sachin
that.
Grover.
Yes,
How important
in the
is
chat.
hotel software knowledge for a BA, right? It depends. So if being a fresher or with less experience, you will not have such expertise initially. The moment you have some, you gain some experience on your current environment, automatically your love and passion will attract towards any particular industry, right? It's not be hospitality. It can go for any industry basically. So you don't need to have a super man and the like software knowledge of a BA in a hotel industry. You just observe what's happening on the hotel from operations perspective, and how we can build a product to address some of the pain points faced from the hotel. That level of information sufficient to kickstart anything from the scratch. Hope I answered somewhat to Sachin's question. I have some questions posted from Arun as well. What are the things which BA should always know from a hospitality domain perspective? It inlines with the statement what I shared for Sachin. Right? You just observe how the hotel operation works and what are the pain points faced by the customer. Whenever you go and stay at the hotel, have a conversation or casual conversation with the reception people, and they'll be able to tell you number of issues that they are having for, right? And the moment you gather such information, automatically your mind will start preparing the solutions, and you will have some idea of some product innovations as and when you interact.
One question from my side, Saranjeevi. So, are there any regulatory bodies similar to insurance and banking for hospitality sector?
uh, there is no like say single body, right? To run a like hospitality organization, you have to have like multiple level of approvals from legal, from police, from environment. uh, as far as my understanding, there is no single body. Yeah.
Okay. Because when we take the feedback from the customers and all right at the time of checkout, so definitely um, it should be the obligation of the hotel to make sure that they are following that, and
Yes.
any grievances from the customers should be addressed, right? So that's why I was
Correct.
asking that.
Correct. You have to address the I mean feedback seriously. If customer complained, "Hey, I hate this pillow," I mean, which is made of cotton, the moment when the same guest returns for the next stay, you should not even think of giving that cotton pillow to the guest at all. Just dot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Okay.
obviously makes some drastic difference from the customer standpoint. Another question from Geeta Ganeshan: can CBAP certification helps transition from developer to BA? I think yes. So, I mean, before like,
Yeah, I think, sorry, that's a question probably I can, answer.
yeah,
Yeah, so Geeta, to answer your question, there are two things, right? So one is that with that certification, you will have the necessary tool and knowledge to perform the role. And second thing is the potential employers will see you, once you have the certification, will see you as a qualified person, as the certification provides a validation of your knowledge of the particular role. Okay. If you want to know more about it, you can connect with one of our Chennai chapter leaders. Okay, we can help you with understanding it better. Thank you.
Sure, Manuel, thanks.
hope I think you got some kind of insights from hospitality domain perspective today, right? I'm just sharing here my email address, right? Please feel free to share your feedback, right? Whether it's a good, hurt me with the truth, but don't comfort me with the with the lie, right? So I always love that quote. So whatever you feel that, right, feel free to share me, right? My email address is sthirUve@gmail.com. It's sthruve@gmail.com. I'll post it here. Yeah. I posted here. Make a note of my email. Feel free to share your feedback, everyone. It's really nice meeting all of you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thanks,
you.
Chiranjeevi. Thanks
so
for this wonderful session.
Thanks for a great session.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone,
Thank you.
for joining us today.
Thanks, everyone.
Until we meet again.
Thank you.